find out from Pastor Manning exactly what's going on from right there in Harlem, New York City. So, Pastor Manning, first off, I really like that purple shirt. That's sharp.
Thank you, sir. I like it too. I wore it just for you,
Well, I got to tell you, they're going to say it's a secret code, though, that you're part of the Hillary Purple Revolution. It's code.
Well, you know, I'm not a part of Hillary anything unless it's to diabolically remove her.
No, I know you don't like her. So what's going on with Trump?
Well, I haven't been on the broadcast for a couple of months. I thought I would be responsible and respectful of you. When I withdrew my support from Trump, I didn't want to come on your broadcast and slam him while you were in full support of him. You have to remember, I supported Trump perhaps even before you did. I think you were with Ted Cruz for quite some time. I jumped on the Trump bandwagon. In fact, we wrote that song, The Trump Train. It came out of our ministry. One of our members wrote it, and one of our members performed it. So when I recognized that Trump had made some commitments to me and our group when we were with him at Trump Tower going back over a year ago, and I felt with those kinds of commitments, I'd go ahead and stick my head out and endorse a politician, something I'd never done before, Alex. I'd never endorsed any politician previously, but I was encouraged by what Trump said, and I had some really, really kind and exalting, if you will, words to say about him. But shortly after he made those commitments to me and to our group of what at the time were black pastors, if you will, and others, he walked all that back. In fact, he demonstrated emphatically that he had no intentions of keeping the commitments he made to us. Well, then I felt not obligated to keep my commitment to him.
Okay, well, let's talk about those commitments then, because I don't know about any of this. Just to be clear, up front, I was probably more of a Rand Paul supporter and a Cruz guy, because I didn't really know Trump. But early on, when they started really hating Trump and going after him, that's when I started to really look into him. So I'd say I was a Trump supporter pretty much from the beginning of the campaign. But I mean, I think your statement overall is correct that I was a Cruz fan until he started stabbing folks in the back. But please go ahead.
Yeah. And so to enumerate the promises that Trump made, one is that it was expressed in that meeting of some 85 pastors that day that we were concerned about the issue of same-sex marriage that had been forged by the long-legged Mac Daddy Obama, and the Supreme Court had gone ahead and acquiesced, illegally ordering all states to perform same-sex marriages under penalty of law, with that case coming out of Ohio. Well, we had said that we didn't want our churches to be intimidated, or pastors who believe the word of God to have to submit themselves to the authority of the Supreme Court when we had already submitted ourselves to the authority of Almighty God.
Sure, so what did Trump do? Because I'll say this is one of the real criticisms conservatives could have, is what he said about be nice to LGBT and all that during his nomination speech in Cleveland, the other stuff. But he is appointing folks that are saying states' rights, and so he has kind of the left bashing him on that side of the situation. But he has said he wants to get a bill in to have the IRS leave churches alone and let them be independent again.
Well, Alex, you've known me for 8 years. I've been coming on your broadcast for 8 years, and thank God for that. But the IRS, they've never tried to tell me what to say, and they better not, because it ain't going to work. It ain't going to happen. But going back to what Trump did, and what caused me to take back my endorsement, was that he demonstrated emphatically and said about the Kim Davis event, who was arrested for refusing to issue a marriage license to two men there in Kentucky. When Trump was asked about that question, he said that Kim Davis ought to obey the law. It's the law of the land, obey it. When Bruce Jenner was at his building, he was asked by a reporter, would Bruce Jenner be allowed to use any bathroom within his facility, male or female? He said Bruce Jenner could use any bathroom he wanted. I'm a pastor of a church. We have a school. We got little girls. We got women. My wife and mothers go into bathroom. I just don't want a man going in the bathroom.
Sure. The left is calling for urinals to be put in women's bathrooms. They want to end the gender roles, scramble us all together. They make it like we hate somebody we don't. No. I mean, I get it. Listen, I always told leftists this. I said, listen, you're all mad at him at all this made-up stuff that he's this big right-winger, when in a lot of ways he's liberal. My issue with Trump is he does want to break globalism and bring jobs back. I see your point as a Christian that he is pretty darn liberal on some things, and I think that's a legitimate issue, and it's actually a real conservative criticism of Trump. That's what I'm really sick of with the left, though.
You know, somebody's going to find the statement I made about Trump where I said he was understanding, patient, and wise. Somebody's going to find that and play that and stick it in my face because I said it. What happened was I withdrew my support, and I was good with that. You know, I stood before the church. I had to humbly eat crow and tell the congregation that I've led for 35 years here in Harlem that I'm withdrawing my support. Okay, I got past that. But then I started getting attacked like they attack you on issues. And you know how they come at us. And I'm open. I know that, listen, I dish it out. I expect it to come back. But when they started attacking me, I had to start defending myself. And that's when I started dropping down heavy on Trump. My position is now, after having taken back my endorsement and watched his maneuvering as a politician to gain the nomination and then from there to win the election, which I don't think that he necessarily thought that he was going to win. I have watched him, and I discussed earlier today, he very well may be made-to-order businessman, real estate developer, deal maker, par excellence. We probably never seen anybody or anything like him. But I think that he possesses a group of talents and also fallacies and flaws that are extraordinarily glaring when it comes to the well-being of a nation of which he is now being called to lead. For instance, I agree. I think his daughter and others convinced him to go liberal. I believe also that Trump is a New York liberal, like Ted Cruz said. I don't think he's a conservative. I don't think he has a conservative bone, but I think in his body, but I think that he has some potentials and some flaws that are deadly with respect to a nation and also to the people that gave their lives in support of him. People have viciously attacked me when I withdrew my endorsement or when I pointed up some things that I thought.
No, that's not right. I mean, here's the deal. We can't just
and I can't let people attack me without attacking back. It ain't gonna happen. I got to defend my position.
Well, listen, I'm not in some cult. I mean, look, if Trump doesn't deliver on massive jobs and good Supreme Court appointments, that's my litmus test. I'm going to go Tasmanian devil politically as well. But I'm going to see if he delivers. Look, I get him trying to bring America together. And I'm more liberal than you, I guess, socially. I don't approve of what they're doing with kids, how they're targeting people, but I don't hate folks at the same time. But I do love God. But I'm not a preacher like you are, so I got to say I'm not as pious. And I mean that respectfully. But I mean, look, he's not Hillary Clinton. If he just delivers an anti-globalist message, and that shuts down their program right there.
I think that it's important for us to understand that nobody wanted Hillary, not even black people. They didn't want her because Obama begged like a little boy trying to get a date with a girl for prom to get Hillary in. They rejected him.
Right through December 17th, the last day that we can guarantee you'll get your order before Christmas in the United States, we're offering store-wide free shipping. And on top of that, some of the biggest discounts of the year. 30% off Living Defense Parasite Cleanse. 50% off colloidal silver bullet, and free shipping. That is just an incredible deal. Brain Force Plus, now with 20% more in each bottle and 30% off. $19.95, can't beat that deal. Winter Sun, Vitamin D3, 25% off. Survival Shield, X2, Nascent Iodine, again, an amazing 30% off. BioTrue Selenium, 30% off, and that's just some of the specials. Check them out today at InfoWarsStore.com or InfoWarsLife.com or call toll free. The great crew will answer your questions, tell you about some of the other specials, and take your order if you'd like. 888-253-3139.